Well, good morning and welcome to our weekly service from Sutton Village Church. It's time to put down all of life's distractions, well, we'll try to anyway, and let's focus on God for at least the next hour and see how we can be transformed, even just a little bit today, to help make us better people tomorrow. This week we were hit by the news that our COVID-19 death toll has now passed the 100,000 mark. Over 100,000 family and friends mourning the passing of someone they love dearly. Each individual within that 100,000 had a life story to tell, achievements they'd reached, amazing days that they'd enjoyed with people they loved, people that they've influenced. Many will have created a future generation. So off the back of that terrible news, the inevitable question we'd be asked as Christians is, why has God allowed this to happen? That's a big question, isn't it, to wake us all up this Sunday morning? Chris is getting heavy from the start here. But what would you say? Come on, God Squad. Come on, answer that question, huh? Well, you could go to Google and ask the question. If you do, you'll get about 303 million suggestions. I've worked out that even if you spend the next 10 years reading all of those, you'd have to read somewhere in the region of 83,000 a day just to get through them all. And frankly, I've got better things to do with my time. You could speculate. You could change the subject, perhaps. You could suggest they listen back to my boot camp message from last January from Habakkuk. Or you could just be honest and say, actually, I don't know. I don't know. Well, we know it's rare to lose 100,000 people in such a short space of time. And of course, the total number is shocking. What we have to remember is, as I said at the start, each of those 100,000 people is an individual. And the heartbreak caused by individual loss extends beyond COVID to cancer, to heart disease, to accidents, to simply old age. We don't know how God determines when our time is up. As we sing, who can know the mind of our Creator? What we do know is, and I know it may sound harsh, but death, like taxes, is inevitable. But we also know that our Creator has already been there and knows what it feels like. Through the death of innocent, sinless Jesus on the cross, God knows how we feel to experience loss. The fragility of life has been exposed to us on a whole new level. This pandemic isn't a devastating earthquake or tsunami, killing thousands of people we don't know in some far-off land. This is happening on our doorstep. And through this first-hand exposure to the fragility of life, can we maybe allow ourselves time just to step back and see God working through us, to see Him using our previous experience of loss to comfort those suffering now, using scientific knowledge that He gave to the few to create a vaccine for the many, using the spirit He instilled in members of our local community to help people that they've perhaps never engaged with before, using technology and the human capacity to adapt to ensure that our children continue to get some kind of education at home. Dare I say, even using the experience of seeing other families saying goodbye to loved ones motivate us to appreciate those in our own lives even more. The list goes on. Why is God letting people die from COVID? The bottom line is, no one knows. But don't lose sight of all the other things that He's doing around it, all the things that He's done for you in the past, and all the things that He will do in the future. In a moment, I'm going to tell you a story from my week just gone, which for me reaffirmed my belief that I have a God walking alongside me, ducking down under all of these trees. But first, let's sing.